does not underlie that.
咁因為咁樣咧，佢寫斷咗就唔會再有呢個厭惡嘅煩惱潛在趨勢啦。
Here, with the abandoning of pleasure and pain,
呢度咧寫斷嗰個苦同樂。
with the previous disappearance of joy and grief,
咁喺之前咧嗰個喜同埋憂嘅消失。
a monk enters upon and abides in the fourth jhana,
咁啲比丘咧係能夠進入去個四禪。
which has neither pain nor pleasure and purity of mindfulness due to equanimity.
咁係個不苦不樂個心平靜，而係正念遍靜嘅狀態。
With that, he abandons ignorance.
喺嗰度佢斷捨嗰個無明。
And the underlying tendency to ignorance does not underlie that.
咁咧就冇咗呢個無明嘅煩惱潛在趨勢想破無明就要入四禪啦，你哋知唔知？
Okay, now we're going to get into the counterparts.
咁點樣對比咧？咁
Lady, what is the counterpart of pleasant feeling?
樂受對比啲乜嘢？
Friend Visakha, painful feeling is the counterpart of pleasant feeling.
Visakha 學友，苦受就係樂受嘅對比。
What is the counterpart of painful feeling?
咁係苦受咩對比啊？
Pleasant feeling is the counterpart of painful feeling.
苦受又係返樂受嘅對比。
What is the counterpart of painful nor pleasant feeling?
不苦不樂受嘅對比係乜嘢呢？
Ignorance is the counterpart to neither painful nor pleasant
無明
feeling.
就係不苦不樂受嘅對比。
What is the counterpart of ignorance?
無明嘅對比係乜嘢呢？
True knowledge is the counterpart of ignorance.
明真正嘅智慧就係無明嘅對比。
What is the counterpart of true knowledge?
咁真正嘅智慧嘅對比係乜嘢啊？
Deliverance is the counterpart of true knowledge.
解脫啦，解脫就係佢嘅對比。
What is the counterpart of deliverance?
解脫嘅對比係乜嘢啊？
Nibbana is the counterpart of deliverance.
涅槃就係解脫嘅對比。
Lady, what is the counterpart of Nibbana?
咁聖尼請問你個涅槃係咩嘅對比啊？
Friend Visakha, you have pushed this line of questioning too far.
Visakha 學友，你真係問問題問到篤㗎，超越晒嘅。
You were not able to grasp the limit to the questions.
你都唔知道點樣把握問題嘅要點嘅個極點嘅。
For the holy life, friend Visakha, is grounded upon Nibbana.
Visakha 學友，你一切嘅凡係以涅槃為一個堅固嘅立足地。
Culminates in Nibbana.
涅槃就係彼岸啦。
Ends in Nibbana.
涅槃呢就係斷咗呢個苦海嘅輪迴啦。
If you wish, friend Visakha, go to the Blessed One and ask him about the meaning of this.
你高興嘅，你去問世尊啦。
As the Blessed One explains it to you, so you should remember it.
咁世尊呢，即係佛陀佢會解釋呢個意，咁你又記得佛陀所講嘅又記住佢啦。
Then the lay follower Visakha, having delighted and rejoiced in the Bhikkhuni Dhammadina's words,
Visakha 咧好開心啦，隨起咗我哋嗰個比丘尼Dhammadina 所講嘅嘢。
rose from his seat, and after paying homage to him, he went to the Blessed One.
起座起身多謝咗我哋嘅比丘尼Dhammadina 就去問下佛陀啦。
After paying homage to him, he sat down at one side and told the Blessed One his entire conversation with the Bhikkhuni Dhammadina.
問佛陀咧，當問訊頂禮咗佛陀，就問同佛陀講返佢同比丘尼Dhammadina嗰啲所有嘅對話。
When he finished speaking, the Blessed One told him,
佢講完之後，佛陀就同佢講啦。
The Bhikkhuni Dhammadina is wise.
Bhikkhuni 我哋個比丘尼丹摩迪娜係一個好有智慧嘅人。
The Bhikkhuni Dhammadina has great wisdom.
丹摩迪娜呢個比丘尼有個大嘅智慧。
If you had asked me the meaning of this, I would have explained it to you in exactly the same way as that Dhammadina has explained it.
如果你問我同樣嘅個義理咧，我都如此咁樣，好似丹摩迪娜呢個比丘尼咁樣解説嘅。
Such is its meaning, and you should remember it.
而這個意義咧，你就要憶持佢啦。
That is what the Blessed One said. The venerable or the lay follower Visakha was satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words.
咁世尊講完之後咧，我哋個 Visakha 優婆塞咧，亦都好開心，世尊所説。
A lot of women really like this because of that last part.
因为很多女众很喜欢这个最后这一段，因为他说是很大智慧的人，就是女的比丘尼也可以成为一个大位者。
So this explains a little bit more about what it is to experience the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness.
在这个经文最重要的有一段，就是他解释怎么正确那个灭倦定，而且我们已经有这个经验的。
And it also shows you that you don't have any body.
就是说你是没有身体的。
I don't care if you have pain in your body. I don't want to hear about it.
他真的，他不管你的身体有多痛，他从来不听你们这样讲。
And when I ask you to sit for 3 hours, I don't mean 2 hours and 50 minutes.
跟你说3个小时，你不有偷工讲鸟啊？就做了2个小时，1点25分。哇，我做了1个半小时，2个小时，2个小时多一点，不接受。
Oh, but it hurts so much, I just can't stand it. You can stand another 10 minutes of it. It's not that big a deal.
哎呀，好痛啊，这支持不来。但是他说，你多做10分钟了，不会死人的。
If I can stand 15 years of extreme pain where I couldn't even pick up my arm, you can extend another 10 minutes.
哎呀，他15年了，他痛到了连手臂都不能站起来的。你们难道10分钟这么困难吗？
No more excuses,
不
please.
要有任何理由。
Okay, do you have any questions?
有问题吗？
I know that the Chinese education teaches you to never question the teacher.
在中国的传统呢，就是不敢去问老师事情的。
And it was like that during the time of the Buddha.
佛陀那个时间也是这样子。
But he's the one that encouraged you to ask questions.
佛陀经常鼓励你们去问问题的。
If you have.
请问世尊是谁？
世尊就是佛陀吗？
这个佛陀。
我们就是佛陀吗 ？He's
我们
asking。
称呼就叫世尊了。
世尊也是佛陀。
哪10个佛？
So tell me.
Oh, he's asking the breast one means what? I said the breast one means our Buddha.
The what one?
Breast.
The best?
Breast.
Breast?
Yeah, the breast one.
Breast.
Breast one.
What in the world is she talking
真
about?
的可以去见世尊吗？
Blessed.
A breast
Oh.
one.
There's an ED on the end of it.
AD, yeah, breast one. 就是世尊，世尊就是佛陀。
真的可以去见世尊吗？
啊？你现在问什么 ？Can she meet the Buddha now？ 是现在吗？你是说？
现在啊。
Buddha's dead and gone. How can you meet him?
佛陀已经走了吗？涅槃了吗？
对呀，怎么可能？
这是经典说佛陀。
我说早期。
那个时间肯定佛陀还在世了。So she's asking the Buddha. Well, the sutta is there. The Buddha is there, right?
Well,
Yeah.
In physics, they are talking right now about the air that the Buddha breathed when he was alive is still around everywhere in the world.
但有些传承说佛陀是已经进去法身，就是意思说无处不在了。
So yeah, you can breathe his breath.
你说要夫妻他就在法界嘛。
Okay?
嗯。
Yeah,
How many times can you experience Nibbana?
many.
Many.
他问他怎么
Let me explain now. In the good qualities of the Sangha, it says there are 4 pairs of individuals.
在我们那个僧团里头有这样说，有4对8倍的这个说法。
There is a person that experienced Sotapanna.
就有人经验Sotapanna须陀洹。
There is a person that experiences Sotapanna with fruition.
一个是相，一个是果。须陀洹相，须陀洹果。
That means everything is very stable now.
这是很平稳的。
There is a person that experienced Sakadagami.
第二个呢，就斯陀洹相跟果。
And a person that experiences Sakadagami with fruition.
第3对呢，就是
Each
阿拉
one,
含的相跟果。
each one of these, they're experiencing Nibbana.
每一对的，他都体会那个涅槃
Now,
境界。
when you experience becoming a Sakadagami, lust and hatred become much reduced.
当你呢达到那个斯陀洹那个果位那个时间，你那个贪那个那个贪欲跟那个hatred那个嗔都很薄，微薄。
And you
微
become
薄。
and you become much more aware of the pain you cause yourself when you get caught up in these kind of emotions.
你是很容易察觉你那个苦，你那个痛是怎么了。
Now, you keep meditating and you get to a place where lust and hatred and fear and boredom and anxiety disappear.
到这个阶段，有个阶段呢，那个贪啊、嗔啊、恐惧啊、恐惧啊，还有那种。
And so does your want for sexual activity.
包括你的性嘅慾念，色嘅慾念，都會減退。
And then when you get to the fruition, now you're going to be able to get into the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness anytime you make a determination to do it.
當你去到那個果位那個時間，你就可以隨意的進出那個滅盡定。
And you continue on and you become an arahat.
你這樣子延續這鍛鍊下去，你就會變成阿羅漢。
And then you get arahat with fruition.
阿羅漢呢，你會從相就變成阿羅漢果。
Now, along the way, you can have some very brief cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, but it doesn't mean you become an arahat or you've attained nibbana.
從阿拉罕到那個阿羅漢呢，他在中間有很多那個涅槃拿的那個經驗的。
You don't feel the relief. You don't see the links of dependent origination. You don't see the impersonal nature as clearly.
You don't see or you see?
Don't see.
Don't. 他说不会看到那个缘起法，也不会看到那个细心地啊。 还没有看到。
So technically you only see it 8 times, but it can happen along the way. But you don't have the effect of it.
你是有八次的有这个经验涅槃这个境界，但是呢，所有其他的你都不会受其影响。
A lot of people in this country, they're afraid of becoming an anagami.
很多人都很害怕进去那个阿拉罕那个阶段，
Because they want to have sexual activity.
他因为还喜欢有这个
That's really
sick 的那个點譯啊 activity 嘅
and
性慾啊，性行為啊，係性行為啱啲，性行為，他們
And
不能掉掉這個。
to me, that is a bad trade-off.
這個真的是不好的一種。
It would be much more happiness when you only have loving kindness in your mind.
其實說你的心呢，如果是有那個
You're
慈愛的更開心，
you're never going to be afraid of anything.
你都不會害怕任何的事情。
You're always going to have a very alert, mindful attention.
你經常都是保持一個很覺察的心。
And your concentration is very good.
你的定睡能力很好。
I was around when I was a younger monk. It was before I became a monk, actually.
他出家前，
That's many, many, many years ago.
很多年前，
I was around an anagami. She was my teacher for a short time.
他有一個老師，他已經達到那個叫阿拉罕的階位。
A little short woman from India.
很矮小的印度人，
She was fearless. One day, she was hanging up clothes,
他完全沒有恐懼的，他在掛東西。
and she looked so happy. I came up to her and I said, Deepama, what was in your mind? What is in your mind
他
right
走去剛剛
now?
好看到他在掛衣服在空中，哎呀
Deepama.
Deepa 嘛，哇，你現在想什麼？
If you go to David's website, I'm beginning to see there's pictures of me when I had long hair and beard.
那個時間他好像長毛那個黑皮絲啊，那個時間他是流行的。
Anyway, she said, I only have loving kindness, strong mindfulness, and concentration in my mind.
我的心沒有什麼，只是充滿慈愛啊。然後呢，他有很強烈的經驗啊。
Now, she was pretty amazing. She could sit for 7 days without moving.
他能7天完全不動的做。
And I said, why do you want to do that?
那為什麼是這樣子？你能這樣子？
She gave me a one-word answer,
他告訴他一個字：
relief.
釋放。
She didn't have anything that disturbed her at all.
沒有任何的打擾。
It was pretty amazing. She was tough.
他很厲害的。
One of my friends is a very famous meditation teacher in America and around the world, I think.
哇，全世界也是在美國很有名的一個教禪修的人朋友。
His name is Joseph Goldstein.
他的那個朋友的名字叫 Joseph Goldstein。
I met him right after he came back from India, where he'd spent many years there.
跟他碰上了，他剛剛從印度回來。
And Deepama said to him, why don't you sit for 2 days without moving?
那個 Deepa 嘛就問他，哎，你為什麼不做2天不動的？
48 hours. long time.
8 hours 8个小时，太长了，48小时太长了。
And he gave her the same kind of answer you give me if I ask you.
他是这样说，哦，一样的，跟你们给他那个答案一样。
But I have asked some people to do that, and they have done it. They are successful.
有些学员跟他学习，他真的能跟他叫他能做了4个8小时，是成功的这样子做。
On one 10-day retreat, I asked this lady to do that. I want you to sit for 24 hours without moving.
有一次在10天的禅修，他教个女众要做24小时。
And she said, okay,
OK 了，这样子。
and did it.
然后就这样做了24小时，
Not impossible.
不是不可能的。
She had no pain the whole time.
没有痛的，
Nothing bothered her at all. No consciousness.
他没有那个 sick 所以呢，他没有什么东西打扰他。
So now I'm getting some of my friends together that can do that sort of thing.
现在有些朋友他已经全部能操控这个
And
做
we're,
法。
we're taking them to Stanford where they have very sensitive machines and see what happens in mind.
去 Stanford 习咩福习大福去检查，用这个东西来检查他的脑袋。
They're going to be very shocked.
你们是很惊讶的。
We have had some tests before, but the only thing they can come up with is, this is really different.
他们真的看到有区别哦。
They don't know how to explain it
不知道
because
怎么解
they
释。
do these kind of tests on Tibetan monks.
他跟那些Tibetan 的壮城
And they
壮
still
城的比丘喇嘛
they still have activity in their mind.
其实说他们的脑袋还有活动的。
So when we finally get some people that are very good at writing about this,
然后他就找一些人很懂得写这些
this meditation is going to really go fast.
然后呢，现在这个长寿这一种长寿会很快的扩展出去。
So patience, it will take a couple of years for this to occur.
然后呢，几年之后你们就看到了。
But I'm getting more and more people that use these machines coming to the retreat.
现在还有人带着这种机器来这里禅修。
And they see the difference in their personality.
你要看到他的
And they
自己的性格会改变。
They think, this is really good.
哇，这个真的是好的。
There was one lady that came that she was doing straight vipassana.
之前有个女的走过来禅修，她以前是修那个内观直接的内观。
And she practiced for 10 years.
她已经修了10年了。
And her conclusion was, it's easier to take a couple pills and slow your mind down than it is to have any kind of personality development with the vipassana.
她说，只是单纯是内观的话性格不能改变，就倒不如就吃几个药的，让她平静下来，好一点。
It made me very sad.
她是觉得这个
Because she was very famous.
她是很有名
And
的。
she still said that this meditation, it's too much trouble. Just take a couple pills.
她这个长寿这种真的很麻烦，倒不如吃几个药。
Get rid of your depression with pills. Don't get rid of depression with meditation.
食嗰啲譬如嗰啲丸藥丸可以含服你那个 depression 那个忧郁症，比你长寿很好。忧郁症。
So we have some work to do still.
所以我们还是要努力下去。
Any other question? Yeah.
我唔係好明咧，佢嗰個涅盤咧，佢個即係解釋咗之後咧，我都係唔明。
He doesn't understand Nibbana. What is Nibbana?
你點即係你入咗去之後睇到嘅嘢係 depends on 你係邊一個 part 有4個 part 係咪？係4個 level 定係level I don't understand.
She doesn't catch what is the stage to enter the Nibbana. What
I
is
told
that?
you what it does.
That's
I
what
told
said.
you you're never going to have any doubt. I told you you're never going to do rites and rituals.
你不会有疑心啊，
And
你
you're
不会
going to see more and more clearly the impersonal
你
nature of
你不会追逐
everything.
那些仪轨啊，那些拜拜啊那些东西哦。
唔係，我個問題係。
No, he's not asking this question.
我個問題係，當你入咗去 ，for example 係你第一次入咗去涅盤之後，你點知你係邊一個 part 啊？已經係，即係你話好多次噶嘛，可以係咪？咁如果好多次當中有4個唔同嘅階段係咪？我冇 understand 錯。
She's asking how when you get into Nibbana, which path you know, like Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, or
Because we
Arahasya.
don't know which is which.
It doesn't matter. You're going to see the effect of it and you will know on your own.
Depends on the effect.
你後面個表咪有寫啦，你們最後有寫的嘛，我們有一個表給你的
即係
嘛。
唔係depends on 你見到啲乜嘢，或者係你個 experience 係乜嘢，係之後嘅 effect 就
He said it depends on what you see or how you experience or
Right. And how emotion doesn't rule you so much anymore.
呢個 observation 係嗰個觀察係之後，唔係你經歷咗之後即刻知道，係之後嘅一段時間你嘅 behaviour。
of course after your experience that you know something has been changed. 你
Your
睇呢個頁啊，最
perspective
後一頁啊
changes.
，35頁啊。你在那邊檢查你自己有什麼改變？
What is the period between you enter the river, you enter something, and then the effect will come into the effect will come into effect.
Effect is immediate.
Period. That's what.
Immediately effect.
It's immediately effective.
Probably until you.
It changes your perspective. You see colors more vivid, and as you have that happen again, it's more like 3D. It's more different, and your mind is much more different. You start seeing how you cause your own pain by getting caught up in this stuff.
马上看到结果的，马上看到有些改变，包括你自己看东西，你的东西看出来都是有 3D 效果的，他是这样讲，而且你的心很清明的，你能看到心的活动啊，还是看到自己怎么起心动念啊，不一样的跟之前。你是看那个最后我们有检查你能改变的东西。
Also, anybody that has this experience should not talk about it to other people, especially other monks, because they're going to tell you, you don't know what you're talking about, this is wrong.
所有有这些经验的人不能跟其他人说，尤其是对其他出家人，你们不能说，因为他们一定告诉你们，你这个说法是不对的，这个不可能的。
But you can talk about it with other people that understand that experience.
只有人跟一些同修，他已经有这个经验的人来讲。
Trust your intuition.
相信你的直觉。
Okay?
不能随便讲的。
Anything else?
还有其他问题吗？
Let's share some merit then.
我们回想一下。
Don't talk in the mic. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
愿痛苦的人免受痛苦，而恐惧无期时无所畏惧。愿冤家舍彼，摆脱悲伤。愿所有众生都可以得到解脱。愿所有众生分享我们获得的各种幸福快乐。愿在所有空间和地球的一切众生，天神跟愿天护法神与我们共同一起修行功德。愿他们将长久不不能佛教。大家好，今日咧係11月13號，2019年。好高興呢，大家又嚟臨呢個 BBC 呢個禪修中心。今日咧亦都係同樣咁好榮幸咁邀請到我哋Bhante Vimalaramsi嚟我哋咧呢個咁嘅禪堂去解釋一個中部44叫做毗陀羅小經。Culavedalla Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya number 44.
It's Chula.
Culavedalla Sutta.
Thus have I heard on one occasion the Blessed One was living at Rajagaha in the bamboo grove, the squirrel sanctuary.
如是我聞有一次，世尊呢就住喺呢個王舍城，宿鼠一個飼養處，就喺呢個竹林入邊。
I always thought that there would be a better place to do meditation than where there was a lot of squirrels.
佢話打坐喺晒嗰啲好多嗰啲宿鼠嘅地方打坐。
They have a tendency to get all over you and climb around.
同你跳嚟跳去喺你身邊。
Then the lay follower Visakha went to the bhikkhuni Dhammadina, and after paying homage to her, sat down at one side and asked her a question.
咁咧有一位叫 Visakha 嘅一個比丘唔係比丘呢個係優婆西咁咧佢見呢個比丘尼喎 Dhammadina， 然後咧到達之後咧就向比丘尼 Dhammadina 咧去查問一啲咁嘅問題。
Lady, identity is said. What is called identity by the Blessed One?
咁比丘尼請問乜嘢叫做有身呢？有身究竟世尊所講有身係咩呢？
Friend Visakha, these 5 aggregates affected by craving and clinging are called identity by the Blessed One.
咁學友Visakha， 咁嗰個有身咧世尊所講嘅其實就係一個叫五取蘊。
If the aggregates are affected by craving and clinging, that means you're taking them personally.
即係話點解為之取咧？我哋對呢個五蘊嘅執着，就係我哋當呢啲嘢咧係自己嘅，我的咁就係啦。
When it's not affected by craving and clinging, that means you are an arahat.
當你咧唔受呢個五取蘊啦呢 呢個貪着完全捨離嘅話咧，你就已經證得阿羅漢。
That is material form affected by craving and clinging.
叫色取蘊，執取咗個色。
The feeling aggregate affected by craving and clinging.
受取蘊執取咗個受。
The perception aggregate affected by craving and clinging.
想取蘊執著咗個想。
The formations aggregate affected by craving and clinging.
行取蘊係執著咗個行。
The consciousness aggregate affected by craving and clinging.
色取蘊係執著咗個色。
These 5 aggregates affected by craving and clinging are called identity by the Blessed One.
世尊就係咁話，由於我哋執取咗、貪著咗呢個五蘊，呢個咧就成咗一個身啦。
That means that they are what you identify with. This is me, this is mine.
你就自己執著咗、確認咗嗰樣嘢，呢個係我嘅，呢啲係屬於我嘅。
Saying, good lady, the lay follower Visakha delighted and rejoiced in the Bhikkhuni Dhammadina's words.
好好啊，比丘尼你講得好好，咁所以咧，佢又會心歡喜，咁但係進一步咧，又再問呢個 Dhammadina 嘅呢個比丘尼問題。
Then he asked her a further question.
問佢其他問題嗰個Visakha。
Lady, origin of identity is said. What is called the origin of identity by the Blessed One?
聖尼有啲係被稱為叫新集嗰個新集。咁究竟世尊係如何去演述呢個叫新集呢？咁
Friend Visakha, it is craving, which brings renewal of being, is accompanied by delight and lust, and delights in this and that.
阿食學友點係導致我哋再去投生嘅呢？咁點解有呢個集呢？個新集呢，就係因為我哋隨住呢個貪同埋我哋中意嗰樣嘢，咁到處都中意咁形成咗我哋個貪愛。咁呢個有呢個貪欲呢個學愛，有呢個有呢個學愛。
That is craving for sensual pleasures, craving for being, and craving for non-being.
貪著咗嗰個咁嘅欲貪，咁呢個有呢個貪，同埋咧唔再輪迴嘅貪。
This is called the origin of identity by the Blessed One.
呢個咧就世尊所講嘅，由於呢個貪着，所以咧有呢個新嘅結集啦。
Lady, cessation of identity is said. What is called the cessation of identity by the Blessed One?
比丘尼聖尼點為之個身係滅嘅咧？點去身滅咧？世尊係如何講述呢個身滅呢？
Friend Visakha, it is the remainderless fading away and ceasing, the giving up, relinquishing, letting go, relaxing, and rejecting of that same craving.
咁Visakha 學友就係我哋嗰個貪着貪取嗰個咁嘅渴愛將佢退走，同埋熄滅有呢個斷捨離，亦都識得放下解脫，同埋唔再依止住呢啲咁嘅貪取。
This is called the cessation of identity by the Blessed One.
咁咧，世尊所講呢個就係個身滅啦。
Lady, the way leading to the cessation of identity is what? 聖尼 Come on, give me an answer.
係乜嘢咧？係好易嘅，呢個係人都識㗎啦。點解滅咗嗰個有新嗰個趨勢嘅？六咩啊
？Okay.
肯定係咁㗎啦，乜嘢都係呢個方法。
What is called the way leading to the cessation of identity by the Blessed One.
咁世尊話係點樣導向個生滅個行徑咧？
Now, this answer is right, what? Effort. Okay?
正精進。
Friend Visakha, it is just this noble eightfold path that is.
咁Visakha學友，我哋就係用呢個八聖道，世尊所講嘅八聖道而我哋趨向導向嗰個生滅嘅行徑。
They call it right view, but I call it harmonious perspective.
咁佢哋講正見，阿笨爹將佢講話，我哋有一個表嘅，有個表咧係講緊呢個八正道咧，呢度咧你睇到嗬，佢就將會講呢樣嘢。咁佢個正見咧，其實將佢講話和諧的洞察力啊。
What is harmonious perspective?
咩叫和諧嘅洞察力咧？咁呢個
It's
表啊 page
seeing
26。
everything in the world as impersonal.
咁睇所有世間一切嘅現象都係唔係有一個我喺度嘅。
Things arise because conditions are right for them to arise, and that's nothing to do with any of us.
嗰啲嘢升起咧，係因為佢個條件個緣咧，個緣成熟啦，佢就會呈現嘅，完全都唔係由我哋話所謂有一個我去操作嘅。
Now, the next fold of the eightfold path, they call it right thinking. I call it harmonious imaging.
咁喺呢度咧佢哋講咧就呢個叫正智或者叫正思維，但係阿笨爹將佢演繹下咧，就變成一個和諧的形象。
Okay, what does this mean?
係咩意思啊？點解 imaging 咧？
We all image the way we think we are.
我哋成日咧就框咗自己個形象，自己想像出嚟。
Some people have the image that they think they're poor, so they are poor.
有啲人咧想我係窮嘅，咁真係結果係窮嘅。
Some people have the image that they think that they are prosperous, and they are.
咁有啲人咧覺得自己好有進步，好咩嘅，好有前景嘅，咁佢真係咁喎。
I'm one of the most prosperous people that I know.
佢係一個係最好嘅一個。
This doesn't have to do with money.
什麼都唔使諗錢嘅喎佢。
I hold this image of being prosperous. I own 100 acres of land.
佢有100畝地喎，唔使錢都有100畝地喎。
I have spent almost $750,000 on building the center.
差唔多超過4分3嘅100萬。
And I don't have any money.
75萬。
How can I do that?
冇錢都起到嘅喎，佢點解咧？
Because I visualize myself as being prosperous.
佢就係咁樣去自己觀想自己就係呢個咁嘅 prosper。
I have many friends all over the world.
佢有好多朋友全世界入邊。
They think so much of me
佢成日想住佢。
that they buy me tickets to come visit them.
成日送機票俾佢去佢哋嗰度嗰個國家。
It's kind of funny because my family is not rich.
好奇怪，其實佢個以前個族家嘅家庭係好唔係咁有錢嘅。
And they're Christians.
而且係基督教徒添。
And they see me travel around the world every year.
他的家人看到他經常就走來走去坐飛機。
And they ask me constantly, how can you afford to do that?
哇！你怎麼可以支撐飛來飛去那個費用呢？
I tell them they send me a ticket. How can I refuse?
是他們送我機票去的，所以我沒辦法去 说不行，不去。
So being prosperous, that's the way I picture myself.
他就是想象自己这个好的前途，这个前景这么好，就自然会出现。
Some people, they visualize themselves as being angry all the time.
还有些人呢，经常想到他们是一个很愤怒、很不开心的那个形象，
So they are angry all the time.
他们结果就是很愤怒、经常发脾气的那种人。
Now you're learning to visualize yourself as intelligent.
你们要想象，你们都是很有智慧的人，
And you're starting to understand what the Buddha says, and that even makes you more intelligent.
你们想知道啊，你们懂得佛陀的法，就是充满智慧的。
Some people, they visualize themselves as stupid.
有些人想象，我是笨的，我是很蠢的。
And as a result, they are.
哎呀，这个结果就是这样子，很笨的、很蠢的人。
So be careful how you visualize
哇，
yourself.
很小心的看自己是怎么看自己哦，一看呢，一想象，就结果变成现实的。
Okay, so be careful about that.
有心一点哦，
Everything is impersonal,
什么
and
都不是，
everything is as you visualize it.
什么都不是真正有一个我的，但是你想象出来的这个形象，它就会浮现，如你想象的。
The next, some people visualize themselves as broke, as no money,
哇，有些人说经常说他是很穷光蛋，
and they like to worry about having no money.
他们经常很害怕，他们没钱，
So what happens?
那怎么办？怎么样？结果
They have no money.
就是没钱哦。
They don't see how they could possibly have any money.
但是从来没想过他有什么方法有机会有钱。
So you picture yourself as being prosperous, then you will be.
对你自己对你自己的想法都是有一个美好的一个想法，才会有一个美好的结果。
Okay, the next fold of the Eightfold Path, they call it right speech.
下一个就是敬语，
I call it harmonious communication.
他把它改成是和谐的沟通。
Who do you speak to more than you speak to anybody else?
其实说你们知道，你跟谁讲话最多的呢？谁呀？
Yourself.
跟自己对话最多的。
So you better be nice to yourself, huh?
所以你一定要好好的善待自己哦。
You have to be kind to yourself.
善待自己哈，
Don't be angry with yourself,
不要发怒哦。
because that's the kind of image you hold about yourself.
那这样子你的形象就会变成这样子。
Let go and forgive.
放下也要原谅，
Forgive yourself because you make a mistake.
原谅自己做错事情。
Show me anybody in the world that doesn't make a mistake.
你看看呢，整个世界哪一个是没有犯错的呢？
You make a mistake so you can learn not to do that anymore.
其实说很好的，你做错事情，当下你的人学到怎么可以不错。
So you don't hold on to that anger and that dislike.
你不要执着你那种错那种不开心的感觉那个发怒的感觉。
So forgive yourself for making a mistake.
原谅自己犯错，
You be kind to yourself.
对善待自己，对自己好
You be loving to yourself.
爱自己，珍视自己。
The Buddha said,
佛陀说
anybody that truly loves themselves
你能自己真正去爱自己的话呢，
will never harm another person.
就永远不会去伤害其他人。
So you need to practice this.
要锻炼哦，要好好的锻炼哦。
The next fold of the Eightfold Path is they call it right effort. I call it harmonious movement.
下一个叫精進，他是把它改成和諧的實踐啊，和諧的實踐啊。
What happens when anger comes up? How do you react to that?
当你发脾气那个时间，你是怎么反映出来的？
No. When anger comes up, you always throw that anger back at someone else.
一般你们发脾气都把脾气丢在另外对方身上了。
So you have to be careful about this.
这个你要小心哦。
Even though you love that other person dearly, you get angry at them.
有的时候你很爱他哦，但是也会跟他发脾气的。
There was a Chinese lady in Malaysia.
有个中国的马来西亚的女的，
She got angry at her husband and she would stay angry for 2 weeks.
她就是生她的老公的气，一生气有2个星期了。
Finally, her husband said, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
她老公啊，他不说，我不要跟你再讲话了。
The only thing that comes out of your mouth is bad stuff.
从你口上老是都不是不好的东西。
And she got angry at that.
又生气的那个女的，
She came to see me at the monastery that I was forming.
她那个时间去找她，去那个寺院啊。
As soon as she walked in the door, I wanted to walk out the back door.
哇！一看她进来，她马上想溜走了。
So much anger.
哇，很愤怒的样子，她也觉得很难
But
搞。
she came to me for help, so I had to stay there.
她去找她帮忙，没办法，就是待在那边等她过来。
And I started teaching her how to practice loving kindness.
她就叫她如何的是那个 practice 那个慈爱，
And forgiveness.
然后那个原谅有一层。
It took her a long time.
哇，要花她很多时间，很长时间。
But the next time her husband did something and she got angry, she only stayed angry for 10 days instead of 14 days.
下一次呢，当她老公令到她生气的时间，她只是停留那个愤怒10天，不像以前14天这么长。
And she came to me every
改好
day
了，她又过去找她，
so we could practice together.
他们一起去念那个慈心禅。
After a period of time, she only stayed angry for 7 days.
哇，后来呢改善了，她只是停留那个愤怒7天，小了3天。
Then she only stayed angry for 4 days.
然后呢，又改成变成只有4天。
Now, this is over a long period of time of my trying to convince her this is a good thing to do.
这个结束是她那个锻炼已经有花了一段时间，就是从她一开始很愤怒到那个时间。
Then she only stayed angry for 1 day.
哇，后来改善了，只有1天的愤怒。
Then she would only stay angry for a few hours.
哇，后来改变成几个小时的愤怒。
Over a period of time,
再过一点时间，
he would do something and it would get her angry and she would stay angry for 15 minutes.
哇，老公让她生气，她就说什么？她只是生气15分钟。
And then she would say, why am I doing that to myself?
我为什么为这个事情老是生气，这样对待自己？
So if you start imaging yourself as loving and kind and accepting, then you won't have this kind of emotional upset.
当你呢懂得用那个慈爱，用原谅，能接受一切这个形象来对待自己的话，你不会这么容易就会愤怒啊，有些贪嗔痴出来，这个就免了。
The next fold of the Eightfold Path is called right livelihood.
第二个，下一个就是尽命。
I call it harmonious lifestyle.
他把它改成是和谐的生活方式。
You have to be careful about what you put in front of you,
要小心哦，把什么东西放在眼前哦，
because you start acting that way.
那你就会按照这个来行动的。
There was a lady that came to me in Malaysia.
也是一个马来西亚的女的去找他，
She said, I have terrible, terrible nightmares.
经常发噩梦的，
I wake up afraid many times in the night.
经常半夜3点钟就起来。
And I said, why is that happening? I don't understand.
我不明白为什么你会这样子。
She said, well, it doesn't happen all that often, but every time I go to the movies, I wind up having nightmares.
不是经常是这样子的，但是每次我去看电影之后呢，回家就发噩梦了。
So I said, what kind of movies do you like?
那你去看哪些电影啊？
She said, I love horror movies.
他喜欢看恐怖片。
It's
恐怖的
fun
电影。
it's fun to be very afraid.
哇，这很刺激的，很好玩的，看那些恐怖的东西。
So I said, okay, don't go to the movies anymore.
那你不要去看电影了吗？他跟他讲是。
Go to movies that make you laugh.
看一些电影是让你笑，让你开心就好了。
And she said, but I like these kind of movies.
哦，但是我很喜欢看那种恐怖片的。
So I told her, don't come to me when you have nightmares.
哎呀，那你发噩梦不要来找我了。
So it's important, and this is important. A lot of people, I know there's a lot of trouble in Hong Kong right now, but
现
they
在
like,
他知道香港出现很多烦恼的事情。
but people like to watch it on the TV all day.
那些人呢，香港人就是喜欢在电视里头看，老是看见最恐怖的那些暴力行动。
I have a solution for the television.
我告诉你们，最好是怎么对待那个 television 电视机。
See one of these blocks that
你
this
看那个
table is
圈
on?
怎么样？
Take it and put it through the television.
拿那个砖头塞破那个电视机，那你就会好了。
Don't read newspapers.
不要看新闻报纸，
That's only going to make your mind upset.
只会让你的心更不舒服，更不开心。
It's your choice. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be sad?
你可以选择的嘛，要开心还是要不伤痛呢？
If you want to be sad, then you keep watching television and you keep reading the newspaper.
你要伤痛很简单嘛，打开电视，打开新闻，就肯定你会伤痛的。
There's some people in this country that they read 4 or 5 newspapers in a day.
这里有些人很习惯呢，每天看4、5份报纸的，
It's a waste of time.
哇，真是浪费时间。
Why do you want to do that to yourself?
为什么要这样对待自己呢？
Now, this also goes along with one of the precepts,
这个也是对我们的戒那方面说，
and that is gossip.
这个是讲是非。
What is gossip?
什么叫是非？
Making up stories that are not true
讲一些事情是没真实的，
and saying it over and over and over again.
讲来讲去，讲，一直在讲下去。
And then everybody around you starts doing the same thing.
然后呢，你周边的人也是同样讲这种是非。
If you want to make bad meditation for yourself,
你想你的
keep gossiping.
你长寿不好的话，你就是干脆经常讲是非，这肯定你的长寿很差了。
Your mind is never going to be peaceful and calm.
你的心永远不会平静，跟那个
You're never going to be truly loving and kind.
你永远不会真正的爱，跟真正的懂得去善待自己。
When I say you need to keep your 5 precepts without breaking them, that's the reason.
所以为什么 要求你们要守好那个5戒，不要去破戒。
Any breaking of a precept is going to cause your mind to be unhappy.
所有破戒的，最后呢，你内心那个结果就是不开心，
Full of many negative thoughts.
很多很负面的想法，
And you are doing it to yourself.
你就自己对待自己这样子，
So be careful.
小心一点。
Put things in front of you that when you see them, you go, oh, isn't that nice?
你就要看看，哎，在你前面的是不是好的？是
The computer can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you put in front of you.
你前面那个电脑里头可能是好的，可能是坏，看看你放什么在前面你的电脑里头。
The next fold is called right effort.
现在呢有在讲一个叫精正。
I call it harmonious practice.
他现在说和谐的实践。
This is where the 6 R's come from.
这个就是六阿罗来怎么出来的，就是六阿罗。
And you all know how to do that.
六阿罗大家现在都懂了吗？
But keep that going during the day.
这个每天都要做的，不是来长寿才做的。
When you're out there
出去
doing
之后
things.
做事情那个时候。
The next part, or the next fold of the Eightfold Path is called right mindfulness.
下一个是静念。
I call it harmonious observation.
他说，这个是和谐的觉察。
Anytime your mind is in harmony, everything goes along very nicely.
当你的心是很和谐的很 nice 是好的。
And the last part of the Eightfold Path is very much misunderstood by almost everybody that does any kind of mental development.
现在呢，这个我们说那个静定在外面，他讲的那个都是有点问题的。
They call it right concentration.
他们说这个是 right concentration， 就是专注。
I call it harmonious collectedness.
他把它改成是和谐的定罪。
A collected mind is a mind that's very alert.
当你是定罪的话呢，你的心是觉察心是很高的、很强的。
Very composed.
Very composed。 是什么？翻过来。compose 是什么？是很什么？我记得 compose 是什么？不是 compassion 是慈悲 ，compose 是什么？很有做好吧，做好吧，做好吧
So
compose。
you don't know how to say it,
I
so
don't know
you...
that one is in Chinese compose， 就是 like combination compose。 聚合，yes now I get it。 最
Okay.
好啊，compose 最好。
Your mind can still be very still, you know that,
那个时间你的心是很不动的，
but it's still alert, and you can see when a thought starts to come up, and you can relax and be composed.
但是你的觉察心很强很强，你看到任何的动作、任何的活动的，
So this is very important.
这个是很重要。
This is the path of the 6 R's.
这个又是我们六阿罗所产生的行径。
Okay. Lady, is that clinging the same as these 5 aggregates affected by clinging? Or is clinging something apart from the 5 aggregates affected by clinging?
他说：“比丘尼， 那個指隨的，是不是那個五取蘊呢？定係除咗五取蘊外邊仲有執取呢？
Friend Visakha, that clinging is neither the same as the 5 aggregates affected by clinging, nor is clinging something apart from the 5 aggregates affected by clinging.
Visakha 學友，呢個執取呢，既唔係就係呢個咁嘅五取蘊，亦都唔係除咗呢個五取蘊外邊仲有執取。
It is the desire and lust in regard to the 5 aggregates of clinging that is the clinging there.
凡對於呢個五取蘊係有慾貪，咁喺嗰度呢就會有執取。
Lady, how does identity view come to be?
咁啊，比丘尼喺點樣係有出現呢個身見呢？
Here, friend Visakha, an untaught, ordinary person who has no regard for noble ones and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma. Go.
咁啊，Visakha 學友喺呢度呢，如果係未受過教導嘅一般人，亦都未曾過知道我哋譬如話呢個佛法或者我哋嘅佛陀，亦都唔了解呢個佛法係點樣修行嘅話呢，
Who has no regard for true men and is unskilled and undisciplined in their Dhamma.
咁啊，亦都未曾經見過一啲善人，亦都唔熟習點去訓練自己做一個善人，即係作一個善人嘅法，未受過呢種訓練嘅話呢，
regards material form as self, or self as possessed of material form, or material form as in self, or self as in material form.
咁佢就會認為色呢就係我啦，或者我呢就擁有色，或者色呢喺我入邊，或者呢我喺個色嘅入邊。
He regards feeling as self, or self as possessed of feeling, or feeling as in self, or self as in feeling.
咁啊喺呢個受入邊，同樣都係認為受呢係我，或者我係擁有受，或者喺個受度喺我嘅入邊，或者我就喺個受嘅入邊。
He regards perception as self, or self as possessed. Possessed of perception, or perception as in self, or self as in perception.
想亦都係，佢認為呢想呢就係我啦，或者我呢就擁有想，或者喺個想度喺我嘅中間，喺我入邊，或者我就喺個想嘅入邊。
He regards formations as self, or self as possessed of formations, or formations as in self, or self as in formations.
咁或者亦都係認為行呢就係我，或者我呢就擁有呢個行，或者喺個行入邊，我就喺佢其中，或者我呢就喺呢個行嘅入邊。
He regards consciousness as self, or self as possessed of consciousness, or consciousness as in self, or self as in consciousness.
或者認為色呢係我，或者我係擁有色，或者色呢喺我嘅入邊，或者我喺個色入邊。
Anytime you don't 6R and let go of craving, that's when you develop yourself.
當你唔用個6R嗰陣呢你執取咗一個我嘅話呢咁呢個就係身見。
Lady, how does identity view not come to be?
咁點解令到個身見冇咗呢？咁
Here, friend Visakha, a well-taught noble disciple, who has regard for the noble ones and is skilled and disciplined in their Dhamma.
咁Visakha 學友喺呢度呢已經受過教導嘅聖弟子，見過佛陀或者係得聞我哋嘅佛法，熟練跟住去鍛鍊嘅話。
Who has regard for true men and is skilled and disciplined in their Dhamma.
見到善人熟習善人法受過善人法呢個訓練。
does not regard material form as self.
咁佢又識得咧佢唔會認為色係我。
Or self as possessed of material form, or material form as in self, or self as in material form.
或者認為我就擁有色，或者色咧就喺我入邊，或者我喺個色入邊。
He does not regard feeling, or perception, or formations, or consciousness as self.
咁受想行識佢都唔會認為呢樣嘢係我。
Or self as possessed of consciousness, or consciousness as in self, or self as in
或
consciousness.
者我就擁有色，或者色喺我入邊，或者我喺個色入邊。
This is how identity view does not come to be.
咁你咁樣咧，個身見就唔會再呈現啦。
Lady, what is the Noble Eightfold Path?
我哋嘅比丘尼請問乜嘢係八聖道啊？
I've already gone through that, so
嗰
we're
個
going
講
to
咗啦，
let
正話
that go.
Bhante正話已經講咗 harmonia perspective 嗰啲咁啊。
Lady, is the Noble Eightfold Path conditioned or unconditioned?
咁個八聖道係有違法定係冇違法咧？請問
Friend Visakha, the Noble Eightfold Path is conditioned.
我 Visakha 學有呢個八聖道係有違法嚟嘅。
Are the three aggregates included in the Noble Eightfold Path, or is the Noble Eightfold Path included by the three aggregates?
咁比丘尼啊，咁三蘊係俾呢個八聖道包含啦，或者係八聖道俾呢個三蘊包含住咧？
The three aggregates are not included by the Eightfold Path, friend Visakha.
咁嗰個 Visakha 學有嗰個三蘊咧，係唔係俾八聖道所包嘅？
But the Noble Eightfold Path is included in the three aggregates.
而係八聖道咧係俾三蘊所涵蓋。
Right speech, right action, right livelihood. These are included in the aggregate of virtue.
正語、正業、正命咧，呢三個法咧係戒蘊涵蓋戒嘅。
This is something that the monks have been fighting about for about 2,500 years.
呢啲咧就係我哋好多出家人咧，2000幾年都喺度鬥爭緊。
After the time that the Buddha died, the monks became divided.
當佛陀他證得涅槃那個時間，那個出家其他的僧人，他就有分裂了。
Many monks decided that it was more important to memorize all of the Buddha's teaching than it was to practice.
有些僧人呢，他只是着重於佛陀的教義，想牢牢地記住這個教義。
And they said, right speech, right action, right livelihood. You don't have to pay attention to those because you're sitting in meditation and you're purifying your mind.
他那些只是參與禪修啊，那些修行者呢，他不覺得那種靜語、靜業、靜命那種法是重要，因為他經常打坐，他沒有做其他事情。
But the monks that did practice, they said, no, it's very important. You can't take the Eightfold Path apart like that.
有些修行的出家師父說，不行的，不能把八淨土只是抽幾個來做，它一定是整合8個的。
So the monks have been fighting about this.
到現在呢，到現在為止都在為這個事情鬥爭。
For a few thousand years.
可能幾千年都會這樣子。
And the way that I look at it is this.
Bhante是怎麼看這個事情呢？
If you take those three things out of the Eightfold Path, then you don't have an Eightfold Path.
如果你把這個淨語、淨業、淨命 从八境都拉走，那个就不是八境道了，
You have a fivefold path.
你只有五性道了。
And now, with Mahasi Sayadaw and other monks in Burma,
其他缅甸那个，比如说马哈西啊，那个传承，
they say that right concentration means being able to see things momentarily.
他们说我有静定，我每一秒钟每一个 moment， 就每一刻都能看得清清楚楚。
So the Burmese don't have a fivefold path, they have a fourfold path.
它变成了缅甸的变成只有四圣地了，少了一个更。
So I see that as dangerous.
其实说这是很危
Take
险
some
的，
of the Buddha's teaching out like that.
把佛陀的东西，把它减掉这么多。
Okay, now we're going to go to concentration. And I'm going to call it collectedness. Lady, what is collectedness?
那个我们的比丘尼什么叫定罪？
What is the basis of collectedness?
哪些法是定罪的基础呢？
What is the equipment of collectedness?
哪些法是定句的，所支持的所缘呢？
What is development of collectedness?
什么人培育这个定罪的？
Unification of mind, friend Visakha, is collectedness.
定罪的是心一尽性的。
The four foundations of mindfulness are the basis of collectedness.
系念就是定的基础。
The 6 R's are the equipment of collectedness.
六阿就是定句的一个支持作缘。
Repetition, development, and cultivation of these same states is the development of collectedness.
經常去鍛鍊，去收集，去鍛鍊，多收集多鍛鍊，咁咧呢個就係定罪嘅培育啦。
Lady, how many formations are there?
比丘尼有幾多個行呢？
There are these 3 formations, friend Visakha.
有3個行啊 ，Visakha 學友。
The bodily formation, the verbal formation, and the mental formation.
身行、語行、心行。
But lady, what is the bodily formation? What is the verbal formation? What is the mental formation?
聖靈乜嘢係身行？乜嘢係語行？乜嘢係心行呢？
In-breathing and out-breathing, friend, are bodily.
出入息係身行，
Thinking and examining thought are verbal.
尋語事係語行，
Perception, feeling, and consciousness are mental formations.
享受係心行。
But lady, why are in-breathing and out-breathing the bodily formation?
聖靈點解出入息係身行呢？
Why are thinking and examining thought the verbal formation?
點解尋事係語行啊？
Why are perception, feeling, and consciousness mental formations?
點解享受是心行呢？
Friend Visakha, in-breathing and out-breathing are bodily. These are states bound up with the body.
Visakha 學友，因為出入息咧係同個身體有關，而啲法咧係身體被呢個身體所捆綁住嘅。
That is why in-breathing and out-breathing are the bodily formation.
因此咧，出入息咧就係身行啦。
First one thinks, then one examines.
首先咧就有沉思，跟住咧就呢個視察。
And subsequently one breaks out in speech.
咁之後咧，結果咧就會
That
發
is
出意願出嚟啦。
That is why thinking and examining thought are the verbal formations.
所以咧，尋視咧就係語行。
Perception, feeling, and consciousness are mental.
想同受同與心有關嘅。
These are states bound up with the mental
咁而呢法咧
formation.
係受心所束綁。
That is why perception, feeling, and consciousness are mental formations.
所以咧，想同受係心行。
Lady, how does the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness come to be?
俾咗嚟啊，點樣先可以入到呢個想受識滅呢個定呢？
Friend Visakha, when a monk is attaining the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, it does not occur to him, I shall attain the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness.
咁啊，薩求學友，你想入呢個定呢？嗰啲比丘唔應該想話我想去入呢個滅想受識呢個定，我又想入去，即係有個想呢。
Or I am attaining the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness.
或者想話我入咗去啦，呢個咁嘅想受識嘅滅定。
Or I have attained the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness.
或者想話我已經入咗去呢個想受識嘅滅呢個定。
But rather his mind has previously been developed in such a way that it leads him to that state.
你一想呢就唔得嘅，呢個係之前你曾經培育到呢個咁嘅環境，先至能入到去，唔係想出嚟想就有嘅。
Lady, when a monk is attaining the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, excuse me.
咁俾咗嚟入呢個想受識滅定，咁我哋第一個法。佢滅咗係邊一樣先呢？咁身行啦、語行或者心行呢？
Which state comes first to him? The bodily formation, the verbal formation, or the mental formation?
邊樣嘢佢要知識先呢？係身啦，定係語啊，定係個心呢？
Friend Visakha, when a monk is attaining the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, first his verbal formation ceases, then his bodily formation ceases, then his mental formation ceases. 佢薩格學友入呢個咁嘅定呢，個比丘呢，第一個滅嘅呢，止息嘅呢就係語，跟住呢就係個身，跟住呢先係心行。Lady, how does emergence from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness come to be? 咁聖離點樣從呢個滅盡定咁走出嚟呢？ Friend Visakha, when a monk is emerging from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, it does not occur to him, I shall emerge from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness. 你薩求學友，你想喺個滅盡定出嚟嘅比丘，唔應該咁樣想我將會係呢個滅盡定呢個色受想受識呢個滅定走出嚟。Or I am emerging from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness. 或者想話我呢而家從呢個滅盡定出嚟。Or I have emerged from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness. 或者想話我已經從呢個滅盡定度出嚟，總之想親一定唔得。But rather his mind has been previously developed in such a way that it leads him to that state. 其實出嚟呢係要靠之前所收集過培育嗰個咁嘅條件下呢，佢係自然呢佢會出到嚟嘅。Lady, when a monk is emerging from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness,
咁喺呢個滅盡地出嚟嘅比丘，第一個法佢呈現係啲乜嘢呢？
which states arise first in him?
邊一樣嘢生出嚟先咧？呈現出嚟先咧？
The bodily formation, the verbal formation, or the mental formation?
係身啦，係語啊，或者係心行呢？
Friend Visakha, when a monk is emerging from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, first the mental formation arises, then the bodily formation, then the verbal formation.
佢身行學友嗰個咁嘅滅盡定出嚟嘅比丘佢係第一個生起咧，就係心行生起，其次咧就身行，再最後先係語行。
When a monk has emerged from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, how many kinds of contact touch him?
咁比丘尼想請問咧，喺個滅盡地出嚟嘅比丘，佢個觸係有多少個觸啦？
Friend Visakha, when a monk has emerged from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, 3 kinds of contact touch him.
嗰個滅盡地出嚟嘅比丘咧，佢有3種觸。
The voidness contact, the signless contact, and the desireless contact.
呢個3個觸咧就係空、無相同埋無願。
Lady, when a monk has emerged from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, to what does his mind incline? To what does it lean? To what does it tend?
咁聖離，咁喺呢個滅盡地出嚟嘅比丘，個心傾向啲乜嘢呢？個心靠向乜嘢呢？同埋個心趨向啲咩呢？
Friend Visakha, when a monk has emerged from the attainment of the cessation of perception, feeling, and consciousness, his mind inclines to seclusion, leans to seclusion, tends to seclusion.
比薩格學友喺呢個滅盡地出嚟嘅比丘，佢個心呢係傾向個出離心，亦都係靠向出離心，同埋趨向於呢個出離心。
Lady, how many kinds of feeling are there?
比丘尼有多少個受啊？有
Friend Visakha, there are 3 kinds of feeling.
有3種受。
Pleasant feeling, painful feeling, neither painful nor pleasant feeling.
樂受、苦受，不苦不樂受。
But lady, what is pleasant feeling? What is painful feeling? What is neither painful nor pleasant feeling?
聖離，乜嘢係樂受？乜嘢係苦受？乜嘢係不苦不樂受呢？
Friend Visakha, whatever is felt bodily or mentally as pleasant and soothing is pleasant feeling.
咁Visakha學友，凡我哋嘅感覺個身體有關，或者同心有關嘅喜個樂嗰個舒暢嘅感覺，呢個就係樂受。
Whatever is felt bodily or mentally as painful and hurting is painful feeling.
凡感受同埋個身體有關，或者同心有關嘅苦，或者好唔暢順嘅，呢個就叫苦受。
Whatever is bodily or mentally neither soothing nor hurting is neither painful nor pleasant feeling.
凡感受與身體有關或者同心有關，既唔係舒暢，亦都唔係唔舒暢嘅，咁呢個叫不苦不樂受。
Lady, what is pleasant? What is painful in regard to pleasant feeling?
咁聖離樂受係啲咩樂？咁有啲咩苦？
What is painful and what is pleasant in regard to painful feeling?
苦受有咩樂，咁有咩苦呢？
What is pleasant and what is painful in regard to neither painful nor pleasant feeling?
咁不苦不樂受有乜嘢樂，又有咩苦呢？
Friend Visakha, feeling pleasant is feeling when it persists, and painful when it changes.
其實求學有樂受，佢繼續延遲嘅話呢，咁你就樂啦。但佢一變異嗰陣呢，咁你咪苦咯。
Painful feeling is painful when it persists, and pleasant when it changes.
當你苦受嗰陣繼續延遲嘅，咁你就苦啦。當佢變異咗，你咪樂咯。
Neither painful nor pleasant feeling is pleasant when there is knowledge of it, and painful when there is no knowledge of it.
不苦不樂受呢，你係有呢個智慧，咩智慧呢？你係有呢個捨心同埋呢個正念，呢個就係樂啦。但係如果你冇捨心，冇呢個正念，呢個智慧呢，咁就苦啦。
In other words, when there is equanimity and mindfulness, it is pleasant. When there is no equanimity and mindfulness, it is unpleasant.
正話所講啦，有正念同埋呢個捨心嗰陣就係樂，冇正念呢，同埋冇呢個捨心呢，嗰陣就苦。
Lady, what underlying tendency underlies pleasant feeling?
咁啊，聖尼，請問樂受佢潛伏咗咩煩惱呢？
What underlying tendency underlies painful feeling?
個苦受又潛伏咗咩煩惱呢？
What underlying tendency underlies neither painful nor pleasant feeling?
不苦不樂受又潛伏咗乜嘢煩惱呢？
Friend Visakha, the underlying tendency to lust underlies pleasant feeling.
佢塞強學有樂受呢，係潛伏咗一個貪啊，貪呢個煩惱嘅潛在趨勢。
The underlying tendency to aversion underlies painful feeling.
苦受呢，係潛伏咗呢個厭惡呢個煩惱潛在趨勢。
The underlying tendency to ignorance underlies neither painful nor pleasant feeling.
而不苦不樂受呢，佢潛伏咗一個叫無明煩惱嘅潛在趨勢。
Lady, what is the underlying tendency to lust underlie all pleasant feeling?
聖尼啊，嗰個貪煩惱潛在趨勢呢，係潛伏喺一切嘅樂受度嗎？係咪啊？
Does the underlying tendency to aversion underlie all painful feeling?
咁呢個厭惡嘅煩惱潛在趨勢係咪潛伏喺一切嘅苦入邊呢？
Does the underlying tendency to ignorance underlie all neither painful nor pleasant feeling?
咁而呢個無明呢個煩惱潛在趨勢係咪潛伏喺一切嘅不苦不樂受之中呢？
Friend Visakha, the underlying tendency to lust does not underlie all pleasant feeling.
佢塞求學有唔係嘅，唔係一切喺個樂受度都佢話非貪，即係唔係啦，貪煩惱嘅潛在趨勢都潛在喺一切嘅樂受中。
The underlying tendency to aversion does not underlie all painful feeling.
亦都唔係咧嗰個厭惡嘅煩惱潛在趨勢都潛伏喺一切嘅苦中。
The underlying tendency to ignorance does not underlie all neither painful nor pleasant feeling.
亦都唔係個無明呢個煩惱潛在趨勢都潛伏喺一切不苦不樂受中。
Lady, what should be abandoned in regard to pleasant feeling?
聖尼啊，喺呢個樂受入邊有啲乜嘢係應該去捨斷嘅呢？
What should be abandoned in regard to painful feeling?
喺苦受入邊有啲咩係應該要捨斷嘅？
What should be abandoned in regard to neither painful nor pleasant feeling?
喺不苦不樂受入邊有啲咩應該被捨斷呢？
Visakha, The underlying tendency to lust should not be abandoned in regard to pleasant feeling.
Visakha 學友喺呢個樂受入邊嗰個貪啊，個
That-
貪潛伏，個煩惱潛藏嘅趨勢應該係被捨斷。
That means you have want for something to happen. You have a want for a piece of candy or ice cream.
你想有啲嘢發生啊，你
That
想
should
你
be
想
abandoned.
你想要，呢個就係啦。
But it's when you get into jhana, that underlying feeling does not need to be abandoned.
你喺個初禪呢啲咁嘅感覺，你就唔需要去捨斷嘅，淨係咩貪食蛋糕啊、食性啊，你就
The
要捨斷。
underlying tendency to aversion, wait a minute.
Suffer, the painful feeling.
The underlying tendency to aversion does not have to be abandoned in regard to all painful feeling.
喺苦受中咧，嗰個厭惡嘅煩惱潛在趨勢咧，應該係被捨斷嘅。
The underlying tendency to ignorance does not have to be abandoned in regard to all neither painful nor pleasant feeling.
喺不苦不樂受中，嗰個無明煩惱潛在趨勢係應該被捨斷。
Here, friend Visakha, quite secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, a monk enters upon and abides in the first jhana.
Visakha 學友當呢個比丘離開呢個咁嘅欲離開呢個不善法，佢就進入呢個初禪。
Which is accompanied by thinking and examining thought with joy and happiness born of seclusion.
喺入邊咧有尋視喜樂心一境。
With that, he abandons lust, and the underlying tendency to lust does not underlie that.
喺嗰度咧，佢捨斷咗個貪，本冇咗一個叫貪煩惱潛藏趨勢。
Here a monk considers thus,
比丘喺嗰度咧就咁諗啦。
when shall I enter upon and abide in the base that the noble ones now enter upon and abide in?
咁咩時間我可以入到去，而呢個可以立住喺呢個所謂聖人可以入嘅地方咧，嗰個境界咧？
And one who thus abandons a longing for the supreme liberation, grief arises with that longing as condition.
如果係咁嘅諗法，想有呢個咁嘅無上解脫，就有啲期待嘅話咧，咁呢個期待咧係令到原身有個咁嘅憂喺度。
When you want something to happen,
你想有啲嘢發生嘅咧，
if you have longing for it to
你
happen,
成日想期待有啲嘢發生嘅話咧，
right from the very beginning, your mind is going to be unsettled.
咁即刻你個心咧就唔可以平復㗎啦。
So that's why I suggest to you to say to yourself, I don't care what happens next.
所以佢成日提醒你哋唔好諗咁多，唔好想咁多。你係I don't care，我唔介意將有咩事情發生。
My job is only to observe what is happening.
我應該個工作只係去睇啫只係去觀住有啲咩發生。
That will help you to let go of longing.
咁你咧就唔會就放下咗呢個期待。
With that, he abandons aversion.
咁樣咧，他就捨棄咗嗰個厭惡。
And the underlying tendency to aversion